This is another story about Jacob and Esau, the twins that were very angry and then ended up that they really loved each other. Jacob stole Esau's blessing, and he was very angry. And Jacob was very scared because he didn't know what was going to happen to him. So he ran away to his uncle's house. And after a day of walking, he got very sleepy, and he laid his head down on a rock, and he fell fast asleep. He dreamed about God. He saw a ladder going up from the ground to the sky, and God's messengers went up and down. And then God appeared and said, Jacob, I am always with you. You will be a blessing. Jacob woke up and knew that God would always be with him. I wonder what it's like to see God. I see God in other people. Where do you see God? I see God in the things that people do to help other people. Do you see it then too? Do you dream in your sleep? What's it like to dream? Sometimes dreams are scary, right? Those are called nightmares, but we don't have those very often. Dreams are interesting, and they're like movies that happen in our minds. And some people believe God speaks to us in our dreams. Jacob's brother Esau was angry, so angry he wanted to kill his brother. His parents told Jacob to leave and go away. And along the way, when the sun went down, he stopped to sleep. Then he used a stone as a pillow. He lay on the ground and fell asleep. He dreamed of a staircase. Have you ever seen a really long, winding staircase, maybe over in a building at Miami? And it went from the ground to the sky. Angels, who are messengers of God, walked up and down that staircase. They seemed to go back and forth from heaven to earth and back again. God stood next to Jacob and he said, I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham and Isaac. And God made promises to Jacob, and he said, you know this land, the place where you stopped to sleep. I will give it to you and all your family that come after you. Your people will spread across the earth like sand on the beach. They will spread to the north, to the east, to the south, and the west. And your family will bless all the families of the earth. You will leave this place. You will go to many places, and I will bring you back here. I will be with you the whole time until I have kept all my promises. What's a promise? Have you ever made a promise? And Jacob woke up. Wow, I just stopped here to sleep. Now I know this is God's house and the gate of heaven. This place and even this stone pillow are now special places to Jacob. And he gave this place a new name called Bethel. He stood the stone up and poured oil on it. This was the way to remember a sacred place. Then Jacob made a promise to God. If God keeps God's promises to me, gives me food and clothes, and brings me safely back home, then the Lord will be my God, and the stone will be God's house, and I will give you, God, 1/10 of everything I earn. That's giving away your earnings, and like we do at church, and we're doing this month. Our parents are giving money to keep our church and our people safe and and fed and cared for. Have you ever heard a voice in your dreams? What'd the voice say? Usually it just wakes me up and says, you need to go get a drink of water. But what do you think an angel, a messenger of God, looks like? In our minds can play make-believe or they can be real. Jacob made a promise to God. Can you think of a kind of promise you would make to God? I wonder, what kind of promise would you make?